This is Chapter 9 of Review of Resources. Below is a listing of a small group of things that you might want to use for your retirement planning, and hopefully you find a couple good nuggets in there that are helpful. Reach out if you have any new information or questions about any of the information that's provided here. I want to wish you personally the best of luck and looking forward to seeing you have a successful transition and a happy, healthy retirement. God bless you and your family for all the sacrifices that you've endured over the years. May He keep you safe and sound so that you may be able to enjoy the life the way you should. Now we're going to go over an active duty retirement military compensation. Most service members who accumulate 20 or more years of active service are eligible for retirement. There's 3 non-disability retirement plans currently in effect for active duty retirees. These are a final pay plan, a high 36-month average plan, and the Military Reform Act of 1986. It's more commonly referred to as the Redux plan. It's not very popular, just throwing that out there. We have the basic formula for retirement. It's your retired base pay times a multiplier percentage. Here is that final pay plan breakdown. The final pay plan uses a method to determine the retired pay base. So if you go and look at the retirement page, you'll have that information. The final pay plan uses a multiplier percentage that's 2.5 times percentage of the years of creditable service. The years of credible service for an active duty retirement calculation is the sum of active service, i.e. your active duty or full-time National Guard duty, and any additional years computed by adding all reserve points, if any, except those for active service, and divide that by 360. Now we're going to go over the High 36 plan, which is a retirement plan that uses the High 36 method to determine retired pay base. That's also on the retirement page. The High 36 retirement plan uses a multiplier percentage that's the same as the final pay plan, and it provides a defined benefit. Monthly retired pay for the life after at least 20 years of service. So if you retire at 20 years of service, you'll get 40% of your highest 36 months of base pay. Retired pay will be calculated as follows: years of credible service times 2% times the average of the highest 36 months of basic pay. We're going to review the Redux plan now. This retirement plan is an option available only to active duty members who entered service on or after August 1st of 1986. It's pretty much anybody. It includes a $30,000 career status bonus or a CSB. The Redux retirement plan uses the High 36 method to determine the retired pay base. See the retirement page in the book. The Redux retirement plan uses a multiplier that is the same as for the High 36 retirement plan, except the multiplier is reduced by 1 percentage point for each year less than 30 that the member has at retirement. Years of service review is next. The years of creditable service for computation of the retired pay percentage multiplier include all active duty and credit reserve points divided by 360. You can find that information in footnote 1. Next, we're going to go over frequently asked questions, and there's about 20 of them. Do retired military get housing allowance? Filing a final travel settlement voucher within the Military Finance Office constitutes the selection of a home of where you plan to retire, which means you already have a forever home in the eyes of the finance bubbas. Retirees do not receive advanced pay and allowances, dislocation allowance, move-in allowance, or temporary lodging allowances. You have to do that with all your PTAD prior before you find that forever home. However, if you were mobilized as a reservist for more than 6 years, there's options available to you that can be discussed another time. Do retired military get extra Social Security? Credit for military service after 1956. There is information. Since 1957, if you had military service earnings for active duty, including active duty for training, you may have extra Social Security wage credits added to your earnings. In that record, you will have a little bit more money. You can check that in footnote 2 in the book. Next question is, can you receive 100% VA disability and military retirement pay? The answer is yes, it is possible, but only under certain conditions. Retired veterans who have a disability rating of 50% or higher or qualify for combat-related special compensation, CRSC, are eligible to receive both benefits in full. That is on the following footnote number 3. Does the military pay for your house when you retire? The military housing allowance after retiring, you're no longer going to receive a basic allowance for housing. That's the bottom line. Military retirement pensions are calculated using base pay and do not incorporate benefits such as the BAH. Can retired military use base lodging? The following categories of people are eligible for MWR recreational lodging. This list is not all-inclusive. It's active duty service members, military family members, and military retirees. What benefits do spouses of retired military get? As the spouse or dependent of a child, as the spouse or dependent child of a veteran or service member, you may qualify for certain benefits, including health care, life insurance, or money for school. As a survivor of a veteran or service member, you may qualify for added benefits, including help with burial costs and survivor compensation. Do you get military benefits for life? After you complete your military service, regardless of branch, you'll enjoy a lifetime of benefits from pension plans and health care to exclusive employment resources and more. And that may depend on clearances as well, so that may benefit you. Do you get a lump sum when you retire from the military? Lump sum is an option under the blended retirement system that allows service members to choose a lump sum payment up front as an advance on their retired pay. Choosing the lump sum option could include the opportunity to pay off debts, buy a house, start a business, invest in a future goal. It has to be repaid before you start receiving retirement. How much is a full military pension? You'll receive 2.5% of your final monthly basic pay for every year of service. For example, if you retire after 40 years of active service, then you can expect to receive 100% of your monthly base pay as your retirement pension. 40 years of service. It's a long commitment. Does retired military get BAH? Kind of went over that a little bit before, but your basic allowance for housing is only available to active duty service members. Retired reserve soldiers, service members are not eligible. What is the 70-40 rule for VA disability? The VA 70-40 rule for TDIU requires vets to have a combined disability rating of 70% or higher and at least one service-related disability rated at 40% or higher to be eligible for total disability based on individual unemployability benefits. And that has a lot to do with PTSD and stuff like that in the recent years. Can you receive both VA disability and pension? There's a general rule of law that a military retiree may not receive both disability compensation from the Department of Veteran Affairs, VA disability compensation, and military retired pay concurrently. However, as noted before, there are options for combat-related injuries. Do veterans get free life insurance? The SDVI provides life insurance coverage to veterans who have been given a VA rating for a new service-connected disability in the last 2 years. Through this option, totally disabled vets can get free coverage and have the opportunity to buy additional life insurance. What can military members get for free? If it's free, it's for me, right? Did you know you can get an annual free military pass available for all current U.S. military members and their dependents? The passes provide free access to more than 2,000 federal recreation areas, including national parks, wildlife refuges, and forests. You can find that in footnote 14. Another question is, can I cash out my military retirement? There are TSP withdrawal options. Service members are eligible, but not required to withdraw from their TSP accounts as soon as they separate from service. Keep in mind that other than with some limited exceptions, you will incur a penalty for withdrawing from a TSP or other retirement plan before the age of 59 and a half. You can take out loans against it as well. Is military retirement taxed? Military retirement pay is based on an age or length of service that's considered taxable income for federal income taxes. However, military disability retirement pay and veterans benefits, including service-connected disability pension payments, may be partially or fully excluded from taxable income. So it's beneficial to follow up with the VA as often as possible. Is military retirement worth it? It's an asset that you've earned in your service to our great nation, an asset that both you and your family have sacrificed for. In fact, it's a tremendous asset with significant value for the average retiring officer. Let's say for an 05 with 20 years. The military pension amount is valued at well over $1 million. Go do some research. You'd be amazed at how much money you can make during your service time. What death benefits do veterans get? Well, if you're eligible, you may receive these benefits. VA burial allowance for burial and funeral costs. A VA plot or interment allowance for the cost of the plot or gravesite or interment is available, and VA transportation reimbursement for the cost of transporting the veteran's remains to the final resting place. You can find that in footnote 18. Can military members fly for free, or veterans, or retirees? Service members and their families can use space-safe flights, formerly known as Military Airlift Command or MAC flights, to travel all over the globe at a reduced cost or for free. Sometimes it's unpredictable. Military flights are perfect for families with flexible plans and limited travel budgets, but be prepared, they do delay. And sometimes when they delay, it's a long time. Does military get to skip TSA? No. However, military members and DoD civilians receive TSA PreCheck as an expedited screening program often offered at more than 200 airports as a benefit of their employment and service. Benefits are applicable to all official and personnel who travel, whether it's TDY or R&R. Once retired or out of service, it's the responsibility of the person to get their own paid TSA PreCheck. I pay for it. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Is Costco membership free for the military? It is not, but they do offer a $30 shopping card to active duty, veteran, and retired military members, spouses, or dependents who may purchase a membership activation certificate as a new member. If you want more information on military and veteran discounts, go to https://veteran.com/military-discounts/. Best of luck. Congratulations on your transition. Looking forward to seeing you out there and about. Have a wonderful time. Semper Fi. Hurrah. Wait a button.